When the weather starts getting hot in Central Texas, I know that I like to adjust my diet and incorporate things that are nutrient rich and good for me, but also aren't really heavy. I like a lighter meal. Today we're going to make a wonderful gluten-free tabbouleh. It's a variation on the traditional tabbouleh, which generally incorporates bulgur wheat. We have substituted that today with quinoa. This is a great recipe that it's light and filling, interesting and flavorful, but it won't bog you down when it's 100 degrees outside. We also need to think about our plants in the garden. When it's extremely hot, we need to kind of dial back how we're feeding them. Just like I wouldn't sit on the lawn at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and eat a tomahawk ribeye, a baked potato, and wash it down with a Guinness, we don't want to push our plants with big, heavy synthetic fertilizers when it's really hot. Let's give them a light snack. Do a little bit of seaweed, possibly some organic fertilizer with a lower analysis. We can also do things like earthworm castings and make sure they have good compost. During the hotter months, irrigation, of course, is very important. Always remember to irrigate low, irrigate slow, and irrigate deeply. Low meaning you don't want sprinklers spraying all over the leaves. It just goes into the air and evaporates anyway. Water low, slow, and deeply. So light snacks and light water to get our plants through this stressful time. So to our tabbouleh today, we'll start with using some pre-cooked and chilled quinoa. This is a great gluten-free option for the tabbouleh, which also has some wonderful substance and protein. Next, we're going to add a little bit of chopped onion, a little bit of chopped parsley. I kind of like my parsley coarse, but you can certainly do yours more finely if you wish. The next thing I'm going to add is a wonderful selection of herbs. I like to use dill, Mexican mint marigold, one of my favorites in Central Texas because it performs so well throughout the summer. I also am going to add a little bit of orange mint. And the dill that I'm using both the leaves and the flowers. When the flowers are tender, you can use the flowers in a recipe as well. So I'm going to add those herbs. If you think that you would like a little oregano or maybe no mint, you can certainly vary your recipe. I'm all about breaking rules, and I hope you are too. The next thing I'm going to add is some diced tomatoes. You can use tomatoes directly from your garden. This time you should have them coming out of your ears. I like to wait till the very last to add my tomatoes when I'm mixing the vegetables because the next step is to add our salt. You're going to want a salt to taste, but if you put the salt directly on the tomatoes rather than mixing them in, that salt helps waken up the flavor of tomatoes and is much more effective in that way. The next ingredient you're going to use is lemon juice. Again, this is to taste. I like mine pretty lemony. You may not like yours as much. Do what you feel you want to do in your tabbouleh. Simply mix the ingredients together. Well, now it looks like our quinoa is blended with the rest of the ingredients and our tabbouleh looks fantastic. You can also add a little olive oil at this time if you choose, or you can omit it altogether. We're going to go ahead and put this on the plate and you'll see how beautiful the salad is. I like to serve this with a little bit of hummus, a little bit of Greek yogurt, or possibly a wonderful lean protein like grilled salmon or chicken. This has been Molly, your Rebel Horticulturist, reminding you to know the horticultural rules so you know which ones to break.